First question, how did you first get involved with college debate?
Well, I got involved with college debate through my high school debate stuff, and kind of like some decisions I made in high school. Essentially, I didn't really know too much about college debate. I was more so just concerned about how I was going to essentially get out the hood. So I'm from Oakland, California, and I was a part of the Bay Area Urban Debate League. It's like its first like real chapter that's been successful, that started up in like 2006, 2007, something like that, by this guy named Blake Johnson. Blake Johnson was the first debater from the University of Oklahoma to win the Cross-Examination Debate Association tournament, which is the one that one of the tournaments that Ryan won this year. So what happened was he started up this camp or whatever. There was some teachers at my school. I went to Skyline High School. There's one teacher named Mr. Shear, and he seen me going off in this class called Racism in America, which was his brother named Brother Jason. And I just be going off. My grandmother's a Black Panther. And I always was real like stern in my opinion and had, you know what I'm saying, a lot to say, but I never really had the avenue to say it or know how to articulate my points really. I just understood how I felt. So to come out like instead of like real words and real, you know, subject matter. So he was like, you should join debate, whatever, at like registration one time, and I was like, I don't know about all that. He was basically telling me I can get an easy A, so I was like, all right, bet. So I was doing it, whatever. I really didn't take it seriously at all. The main part when I started taking it seriously was when I was homeless. It was in the summer. It was going into my junior year or something. I went to this debate camp at this continuation school called Dewey. It was like in downtown Oakland, close to downtown Oakland or whatever. And I still wasn't taking it seriously at all. I went to the camp so I can get free food. So I was giving up free food. And I always tell people that because that's like the only thing I cared about. And for a long time I didn't really see, you know what I'm saying, the meaning inside of the debate. They started talking about, you know, high level policy stuff and how the US federal government should do, I don't know, etc., etc. But once I found out the resolution that year in high school was about how the United States federal government should do something for persons living in poverty, my whole mindset changed and I started going off. I felt like I was the professor of being broke. Like if anybody knew how to be broke, it was me, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody broker than me, that's how I felt, right? And of course it wasn't true, you know what I'm saying? I lived next to people who was in way worse situations than me, but I felt like I understood what was going on better than the average person. So I was going off through the year, I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, I did okay inside some tournaments. I ended up getting this free ride to go to New York and debate at the NADO, the National Association for Urban Debate Leagues. And I wasn't even supposed to go. Like, I didn't even win the tournament to go. It was like some freak accident. One of my boys won, and I guess he wasn't showing up to practice. Coaches was mad at him, something crazy, and then they called me up, like, you trying to go to New York? And I was like, what? They ain't never been out of California. New York? You ain't gotta ask me twice. I hopped on the plane, you know what I'm saying? You know, with somebody else's, literally the plane ticket said somebody else's name. It wasn't even my name. I ended up going to this tournament in New York, doing better than every debater that was from California. Got the highest speaker award from California, and we ended up like making it to the finals, something crazy like that. And it's just weird because I wasn't even supposed to be there, let alone do better than everybody else. So that experience in itself gave me this whole burst of confidence. And when I got to New York, I swear as soon as I touched it, I never forget. When I got to New York and I looked up and I seen them big buildings, I was like, oh yeah, from now on I'm getting paid from this. Like, I was like, this is where my paycheck is coming from now on. And that was in my head, and I never let that go. I was like, yep, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I went back to California. I ended up being a city champ. I won first place, a whole bunch of tournaments. I was top speaker. I got all type of crazy stuff. Like as soon as I went back, they put me in a newspaper, and all the girls from my school was like, ah! I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like I was the debate dude. It was like this paper said Oakland develops great debaters. I think I still got it or something like that. And that was like my first experience in being like, oh, I could really do this. But I mean, nobody knew about debate. I was the first person that, you know what I'm saying, everybody in my hood ever met that was doing some debate stuff. So I went to the UC Berkeley, you know what I'm saying? Oakland and Berkeley share the same area code. That's really like the college that we know as UC Berkeley. They was having CETA, the big tournament for college, and NDT at the same time, and they rarely had us at the same time. And Devrick Murray and Adam Jackson was there, along with Davon Love and all the Towson folks. Actually, some other folks that's not really around too much anymore. I met like Eddie Warner. It was like the only time I ever met him and stuff, and I was like real young. I was in high school back when I was skinny, you know what I'm saying? I got like a hoodie on, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm going to like these college debate rounds and stuff. I don't know nothing about college debate. I can't understand nothing they saying, because college debate is 10 times harder than high school debate ever was for me. Because high school debate can be hard, but if you're at a UDL, especially an up and coming UDL, it's basically like two people having an argument. You know what I'm saying? And trying to structure it around policy, like, you know what I'm saying, rules, but literally don't really know too much of what's going on. So experiencing that to like high level open meeting varsity inside of a college, like skilled debate, especially going over 300 words a minute and saying all these technique words and just all this stuff, would sound like a foreign language to me. But I didn't really care. I felt like I could learn it as long as I get me into school. Because remember, at this point, my whole objective was to get out of Oakland, right? And I was like, this is the way I'm gonna do it for my New York experience. So pretty much, I walked on the UC Berkeley campus, and this is like the whole story about how I got involved in college debate. So I was originally going to see this man named Jackie Massey, right? This is Blake Johnson's coach, is actually my college coach as of right now. So I was going to see him, and I ended up walking past Deverick Murray and Adam Jackson, and I had like this bag, and I was like, I still am, like, I see myself as like super revolutionary. When I was like 14, 15, 16, boy, I was with the shit. Like I was like, I was for real revolutionary type, like, you know what I'm saying, fight the power. So I had this bag that said revolution on it, right? And I'm walking with it or whatever. And one of them stopped me. I don't know if it was like, I think it was like both Adam and Deverick or something like that. It was like, yo, and I ain't never heard nobody say yo like that. Yo, B, you got revolution on your bag, yo. It's like, first of all, where y'all from? Because y'all accents sound crazy in the motherfucker, right? Second of all, yeah, I got revolution on my bag, you know what I'm saying? What was happening, right? He like, yo, you bout that? I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, you know it. So from then on, after that conversation, I just followed them around the whole tournament. I went to all their rounds, you know what I'm saying? Nobody questioned nothing. They even got me into the banquet to where they was like eating like this gourmet food, and they snuck me in even though I didn't have a ticket, wasn't supposed to be in there. Nobody even asked me questions whether I was in high school, because Towson was the only black people at the tournament. Since I'm black, the white people just associated, like, oh, I guess he's with them, right? You know what I'm saying? So they asked me nothing, and I just got in, whatever, right? So after seeing the way that Adam and them debated, they playing music in their round, you know what I'm saying? His 1AC coming out, allow me to reintroduce myself, my name is ECLI, coming out with some crazy. I'm like, y'all can do this. And I had been rapping in my rounds, but I thought it was like kind of illegal. Like I didn't know really what to do, but I was just rapping because I was like fighting against whatever like author that they was giving. They would say Zizek and say Zizek says this, and I was like, I don't know Zizek, but I do know Tupac, and I know his philosophy on this same subject. Tupac say this, and I spit my verse, right? But I didn't know how to make it into an argument the way they was doing it. And as of right now, I feel like I've developed it past, like, you know what I'm saying, what, you know, anybody has done inside college debate. But yeah, that was like the first premiere and stuff. And after that, I, like, you know what I'm saying, listening to Davon coach them or whatever and stuff, and it was just like, it was a crazy experience. I took Adam around Oakland and seen the stuff. And after that, I got a full ride scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, which I debate for now, going into my senior year. And I also got accepted into Cal State Fullerton. They offered me some stuff to debate for them as well. So it was like, and I only applied to them 2 universities. Like, people apply to like 40 universities. I was like, I'm applying these 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for what I want. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And now the college debate stuff is like a whole different story. But yeah.
Cool. What are your thoughts on the overall movement and progression of your urban debate leagues from your time first getting involved until now?
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, is inclusive to like UDLs.